everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to show you how I made this macaron duct tape squishy. So to start off with, I took a plastic carrier bag and I just kind of like turned it in on itself, but instead of leaving it airy, I kind of filled it up with toy stuffing. What I then did was took some clear tape and just taped down the bag all around that stuffing to keep it nice and secure inside. Once happy with the size of that shape, I then took some duct tape in the colour Sage and Thyme and I just started wrapping the bag in this tape. What I did first of all was made one big strip like so, and then took two smaller strips on the side, and once I was going to fold them around that side, I then took my scissors and made two small cuts so that the tape was easier to fold and would lead to a much neater finish. I did this on both of the sides of the shape. So I then flipped it over once one side was completely done and basically did the exact same on this side also. I started with the longer strip around the middle and then the two pieces on the side, cutting these bits to make it go over the edges. Now I did actually leave two gaps on the edges, which I wasn't supposed to, so I actually went in and filled these out next. Like I said, these are the two gaps, so basically I just took two little skinny bits of tape and just stuck these over those two gaps. Next, to make the rough edge of the macaron, what I did was took some tape in my hands and just kind of crinkled it up in the middle, leaving the two pieces of tape on the outside. Now this was incredibly fiddly, but once I started getting the hang of it, it kind of made more sense. So I just took the two pieces on it and then just attached this to the side. When I kind of like got on a bit further, I did kind of stick it to the macaron first and then crinkle it up, but it's completely down to you about how you get this crinkled effect on. But basically, in order to add the two bits together, you'll want to just take a really small bit of tape and just wrap it around the gap that you have left to kind of merge the two together. As you can see, I'm doing this here. I basically just went round crinkling the tape up as I went, and then once I'd done one complete round on the side of the macaron, I then went ahead and did another one just below it. Now at this stage I felt like my macaron looked more like a little lettuce, so it definitely needed the two and it definitely needed the white paint in between to even kind of tell what it was, because look, this looks like a little cartoon lettuce, so if anyone out there wants to make a lettuce, this is how. So I noticed that the bit in between my two kind of like little edges were a bit messy, as if to say. They were a bit creased and stuff from the little bits of tape. So I took loads of little thin bits and just kind of popped them in between the two bits to make a smoother surface. I then went ahead and basically just covered the whole thing again in tape, just where like there was crinkled bits, just to make it a little bit neater. I then put little bits on it also to just make sure that all the gaps were completely full, just working with the tape until I was completely happy with the shape and how smooth it was in the end. So once completely happy with the shape, I then moved on with some white puffy paint into a little pot. I just used a paintbrush for this and mixed it up and just painted in between those two little sticky outy bits to make the kind of macaron filling. I found a paintbrush was the easiest way to paint this on rather than using a lollipop stick or just squirting it straight on, just because the paintbrush allowed me to get into all the little creases and little holes that I'd left between the two pieces of tape. So next I moved on and popped a little face onto my macaron to make it even cuter, and I just took some black puffy paint and my dotting tool and just kind of drew on two little eyes with a mouth in between. As usual, after the black puffy paint, I then went ahead with some white puffy paint and just put on 2 dots on the eyes to make a little bit of highlight. And then at this point I realised that my macaron looks a little bit plain, and I was going to go with the like pistachio macaron kind of flavouring, but then I figured it kind of looked a little bit minty, so I figured that I would put a little bit of chocolate onto the kind of like head of the macaron, if that makes any sense, to kind of make it a mint choc chip. I was actually going to put a little leaf here to make it just minty, but I thought that chocolate would be a little bit different and also quite cute, so I just did that. If you do a pink one, you can add a little strawberry, or if you do a purple one, you could add like some little grapes or something. So it really does depend on what kind of flavouring you're going for as to what you'd put on the top of it. So once the brown had completely dried, I then moved on with some black puffy paint and just kind of did some little rectangles on this to kind of imitate a chocolate bar rather than just a brown square on its head. Once this was dry, my squishy was then complete. So I'm super happy with how this duct tape squishy turned out. I hope you like it also. I'm super sad that my Easter videos are over. I really enjoyed making them, so yeah, I'm super sad about that. But I'm really happy to be back with my normal everyday videos that just are cute little faces on random things that I like to make. So please expect some squishies, some plushie videos, maybe some more charm videos. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. When I make charm videos, I kind of get loads of dust stuck in them and then I get really annoyed at the charm. So maybe I won't do so many of those, but if some of them go right, then I might just post it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed how this squishy turned out. If you have any requests, anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to see obviously squishies, let me know if you want to see like paper squishies, duct tape squishies, memory foam, car wash sponge squishies, all the squishies, every single squishy. How many times am I going to say squishy? I just really need to shut up. I am going to be starting this new thing where I post a video a week that isn't a DIY, as I know a lot of people are getting sick of hearing my voice talking about DIYs. So yeah, I will be posting a new video coming on Sunday, so please keep your eye out for that one. Yeah, if you are going to stick around, please hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, please give this video a like, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!